This is not another video. This is not entertainment. This is a moment of recognition. If you are hearing this on 29 December, understand something clearly. You were meant to hear this today. Not because life suddenly became easy, not because everything is fixed, but because you are still here. Most people did not survive what you survived this year. They broke mentally, they escaped emotionally. They gave up quietly, but you stayed, wounded but standing, tired but aware, lost at times but not destroyed. That alone disqualifies coincidence. God does not speak loudly. He speaks through timing, through survival, through endurance. And today, the message is simple but heavy. Congratulations, not for what you gained, but for what you endured without losing yourself. Do not ignore this. Moments like this separate lives. Most people misunderstand pain. They think pain is punishment. They think struggle means failure. They think hardship means God is far away. That thinking comes from comfort. Reality is different. Pain is not punishment. Pain is correction. You were not being destroyed. You were being rebuilt properly. Look back honestly. How many times did life slow you down when you wanted speed? How many times did plans collapse when you felt ready? How many times did silence replace answers? You felt frustrated because your expectations were human. But the process was divine. God does not build strong minds quickly. He builds them accurately. Before this phase, your life had noise. Too many voices, too many opinions, too many emotional reactions. Noise creates weakness, so life removed noise. Through pain, through isolation, through loss, not to hurt you, but to focus you. Pain simplified you. You stopped wanting everything. You stopped chasing everyone. You stopped reacting to every emotion. You learned restraint. Restraint is power. A person who controls their reaction controls their life. The breakdown was necessary because some versions of you could not enter the next phase. The version that needed validation. The version that reacted emotionally. The version that depended on motivation. Those versions had to die. And death is painful, even when it leads to rebirth. Discipline was born here. Not the fake discipline of motivation videos, but real discipline, the discipline to wake up even when tired, the discipline to stay consistent without results, the discipline to stay silent when misunderstood. That discipline will now protect you, because success without discipline destroys people. You were trained to stand without guarantees. Most people need certainty to move. You learned to move without it. That makes you dangerous in the best way. Pain removed entitlement. You stopped asking, "Why me?" and started asking, "What must I become?" That question changes destiny. You were not delayed, you were being aligned, because a rushed life collapses, a built life stands. And now your foundation is strong. Silence is uncomfortable. That is why most people avoid it. In silence, there is no distraction. No applause, no validation, only truth. You were forced into silence, and at first it felt like abandonment. But silence is not abandonment. Silence is exposure. When noise left, you met yourself, your fears, your habits, your weaknesses. Most people run from that meeting. You stayed. That alone means growth. Silence taught you emotional mastery. You learned that not every thought is true. Not every feeling needs action. Not every battle needs response. This saved your energy, and energy is life force. You became selective. Selective with time, selective with people, selective with attention, not because you became cold, but because you learned the cost of access. Everything that drains you is expensive. You stopped paying. Silence removed fake confidence. It replaced it with calm certainty. You no longer need to prove yourself. You no longer need to announce yourself. Presence became enough. That is inner authority. You stopped explaining, because explanations are for those who doubt you. and you stopped living for doubt. You became comfortable being misunderstood. That is maturity. In silence, discipline replaced emotion. You moved because it was correct, not because you felt good. That shift alone separates leaders from followers. Silence strengthened your intuition. You started sensing what feels wrong, who feels heavy, which paths drain you. You stopped forcing alignment. You allowed truth to guide you. Most people fear silence because it removes illusions. You survived it. That means you are no longer easily controlled. The future is not gentle. It is demanding. Responsibility increases, pressure increases, speed increases, an untrained mind collapses. You will not. Because you were trained in resistance, success amplifies who you already are. If ego exists, it grows. If insecurity exists, it multiplies. If discipline exists, it stabilizes. You built discipline. That is why the past was heavy. You were trained for calm decisions under chaos. You were trained to stay grounded under pressure. You were trained to remain humble under praise. Hardship was rehearsal. What is coming will test your character, not your talent. Talent opens doors. Character keeps them open. You built character quietly, painfully, correctly. You are now capable of holding blessings without losing yourself. Most people receive, then fall. You will receive, then remain. Nothing you went through was wasted. Every tear refined patience. Every delay refined restraint. Every silence refined awareness. You are prepared. When opportunities arrive suddenly, you will not panic. When responsibility increases, you will not run. Because discipline creates stability. Look at yourself now, not perfect, but stable, not loud, but grounded, not desperate, but ready. This did not happen by accident. God does not congratulate noise. He congratulates endurance. And today, 29 December, the message is clear. Congratulations. You survived the phase that destroys most people. You did not lose yourself. You refined yourself. Stay disciplined. Stay silent. Stay aligned. The next chapter of your life will explain everything. And when it does, you will understand why this moment mattered.